I swear I knew what I was gonna say when I turned this mic on, and poof, it was gone. That's the menopause mind, baby. She walks in like a diva and erases everything from my mind in the middle of a sentence. If you're dealing with brain fog, snapping on folks, or feeling like your mind has took a vacation, this episode is for you. We're getting real, we're getting raw, and we're going to find the memory under all these beautiful layers. Welcome back to Beautiful Onions, where we peel back these juicy layers of midlife and transform our menopause journey. I'm Andrea, and today we're talking about what happens to our body. We are going to be covering 5 sections today, and then after that, if you stay to the end, I'm going over blood work, things that you need to ask your doctor, and understanding what blood work needs to be captured to understand your body. But I know it ain't easy, but when you know better, you do better. All right, this episode here is personal, so let's get cozy, grab your tea and water, and let's walk this thing out together, one layer at a time. Section 1 is going to be on, Sister, I swear I knew what I was saying. This is the real brain fog. You ever walked into a room, stopped, stared around, and just forgot what you were there for? Girl, listen. One moment I'm headed to the kitchen to make some tea. The next moment I'm standing in the laundry room. And I swear I had a point to be there, but I don't know. It's gone. I just breathe, take a deep breath, and then I just walk out. That's the part nobody tells you about. The mental pause in menopause. Not just mental hot flashes. Nah, we're talking about brain fog. Don't know what you're doing or where you at. That thick, invisible cloud shows up in your mind like, ma'am, we're holding your thoughts hostage today, and thank you for flying midlife air. Yes, ma'am. That's what I feel like most of the time. You know, I have a story because just the other day, I was going to clean the, see, I just had one. I just had the brain fog. So here we go. The other day I had a brain fog because what happened was I worked 24 hours and without taking any sleep, getting any rest. And then I finally went to sleep, and it was around 1:00 in the afternoon. And I set my alarm for 6 p.m., went to sleep, woke up. I thought it was 6 a.m. I walked outside because that's where my husband was out there watering our garden. And I started talking to him. It was like, oh, it's like it's going to rain this morning. And I'm going on just talking to him, and we watering the garden and taking a look at the plants and everything. And then finally my daughter called me about an hour and a half later. So I was talking to her. I said, man, it looked like it's going to rain out here. And she said, Mom, it is almost 8 p.m. I said, you know, I've been out here talking to your dad for almost 2 hours, and he never corrected me. I was so mad. I literally thought it was Friday morning again, and I will be starting my whole day over. I was so hot with that brother. No conversation the rest of the evening. I just walked inside the house, gave him the side eye, and just started laughing at myself. Yes, brain fog. I lost a whole half of a day. So it's always funny. It's not that we lose our mind. It's that our brain is doing something weird. Like they're going through its own schedule, doing what it wants to do. One that we don't care if you're on a job. It doesn't care if you have to-do list or you're right in the middle of a sentence that you're trying to finish. It just spaces out. So I got some science behind this today. Research says during menopause, estrogen, you remember her, she starts dripping. It's called estrogen drip. And that hormone is like for making babies, but it also is for memory, focus, and thinking clear. So when she takes a vacation, she does take the short memory with her. So when she takes a vacation, she takes that short memory with her. It's like you thought you're in a group chat and then somebody keeps deleting. That's what I feel like half the time, because I have no idea what I'm going to say. When I start to say it and somebody interrupts me, it's gone. I'm just looking like, I don't know what I'm going to say. If you feel that you have this too, make sure you comment, because we definitely need to say vacation. Estrogen goes on vacation. Also today, I'm going to introduce some comments that on Instagram and social media that women been leaving in menopause forums and communities, stating how they feel. So one of the women stated, and I'm reading straight from it, so bear with me. I put my phone in the freezer and could not find it for an hour. Have any of y'all did that? Another one said, forget my kid's name, called the dog the name twice. Done that. Had to Google my own zip code, girl. My own zip code. Wow. So let me just say this. You're not alone. You're not broken. You're not dumb. You're not scatterbrained. You're in a fall that you wasn't invited to, but showed up anyway, like it owned the place. Okay, our faith scripture for today, and I have 5 of them. For each section I'm going to cover, I'm going to give a faith scripture. The first one is from Romans 12:2. Do not change yourself to be like the people of the world, but let God change you inside with a new way of thinking. That hit hard. Yes. Let God change you. A new way of thinking. Maybe the fog isn't punishment. Okay? It's a pause. Maybe it's just a pause, a divine moment to slow you down. Tune in and start thinking new. How about that? Okay? So here, the onion we're going to peel today. When the last time you gave your brain grace? Like truly gave yourself forgiveness. Whatever it was you forgot, pause. Say it with me. I'm not forgetful. I'm just evolving. Say it again. I'm not forgetful. I'm just evolving. We're going to move right on into section 2, which is dealing with our mood swings. When we start crying, cussing, or want to take a nap. This one is very, very touching to me. I get in trouble all the time with this here on section 2. My therapist that I talk to every week, she tells me to think, feel, and act. Okay? what have I done this week? And did I think about it? Did I feel it first and then act on it? Whew. I talked to her and I laugh about all the things I just popped off. So your thoughts influence your emotions, she says. Your emotions influence your behavior. So when we change our thoughts, you can change the way you feel, and then you would change the action. That is what my therapist say. She's still working on me with this. Catch it, check it, or change it. That's one way she tell me to say it. Name it to tame it. That's another way what she tells me. Pause, breathe, and respond. I try to stop, sisters, and say, when I see myself getting irritated, I just stop and take a deep breath. But normally, I pop off when I don't want to be touched. I don't want nobody to ask me no questions. And Lord knows I don't like people chewing like that's the last piece of food in their mouth they're getting. And that doggone dog, oh, he better not lick me not one more time. I'm going to kick him in the face. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel sometimes. And I love him to death. All right. Let's move right into talking about these emotions. They are like a roller coaster ride. I didn't give them permission. They take over my body. And in the morning, I can be cool, fine, singing around the house. By lunchtime, I'm sad, crying for no reason. Don't even understand why I'm crying. And by dinner time, I'm cussing out the microwave because, look, you warming up my food a little too slow for me. So I say to myself, what is happening to me? Like, why? Why is this happening? A little personal moment here. And one thing that really gets me going on this is, have you ever, this is a story again, you know, I have a story about everything. So this really gets my panties in a wad. This is where you call somebody on the phone and the AI machine picks up, and 15 minutes later, you still trying to get through to a human being. Oh my goodness. I'm cursing out the AI machine, mashing all the buttons. Then I hang up, knowing good and well I'm gonna have to call him back tomorrow. Oh, it's so aggravating. That really hurts me. It irks my soul. So I just want to say, it's not that we're crazy. It's not that we overreacting. It's our hormones. They're playing musical chairs with us. It's that estrogen. That's her again. So when she decides to sit down, she takes peace, she takes patience, and she chills with her. So then that sends us into a pop-off. So what happens here is estrogen and progesterone helps regulates our mood. They're like our body built-in emotional support group. When they drop during our menopause and perimenopause, the estrogen goes to Bahamas and the progesterone goes somewhere else. And it's like a backstage crew left in the middle of the show. And then our happy hormone, you don't know what to do. So then everybody is giving minimum wage energy to you. You don't know. You just like, I'm just tired. I'm frustrated. I'm done. This is like the your emotions is swinging almost like, hey, 90s slow jam music. You remember them good old songs? Yes, that's what our emotions is. DJ hit me with it. So now, We're going to move on into what the media says on this, what women saying, so we're not crazy. Other women are also saying, I cried when I opened the tea bag and it broke in my teacup. I hate that. Do you know when the tea bag, and then you got to go and drain it again before you can even drink the tea? I hate that too. Or I went from laughing to fussing in under 60 seconds. Another parent said, my teen, because I'm reading this because I can't remember all these things that social media is. So give me grace. Mom, you are okay. Are you okay? Mom, are you okay? And I said, no, but thanks for noticing. Mine called me on the phone. Hello? Oh, you're not doing well today. I'll talk to you later. Click. There you go. Husband say, she hung up on you? I say, no problem. I was good because I ain't want to talk anyway. She understood that. And we just started laughing. And one more thing. Sometimes I just sit down on the bed until the feeling pass. This is Auntie Menopause. She says, just sit in your own thoughts. That's all you have to do. When you see it, when you see yourself being irritated, just sit there. Next, sis, your mood swings don't make you weak. They're not proof that you're lost. They're not a sign that you're crazy. It's just your brain recalibrating. Your emotions are trying to catch up with your new body. Now look, I have yelled at Lexus. Oh my goodness. I had cried at just crazy stuff. And yes, I get mad at the fitted sheets too when they don't fold right the first time. Okay? They just get balled up and thrown in the closet. So, for this section, our faith scripture is going to be Psalms 6:6-9. I'm tired of all of this. I'm tired. So tired. My bed has been floating 40 days and nights on the flood of my tears. But God has heard the sound of my weeping. Woo. In reflecting on that, God has heard the sound of my weeping. Wow. Even when we can't explain what is going on, yes. Even when our hormones are so heavy, God is still near. Not just watching us cry, He's listening to us, holding space for emotions we don't even understand. Wow. Can y'all normalize that? When has the last time you felt something without judgment? I'm overwhelmed. I don't know why I'm sad, but I am. Hey, or even, I love y'all, but I need 3 to 5 days before I can get back with you on the group chat text message. Okay? Give me some space. That's where I'm at. So if you feel me on them group text messages and everybody talking, just comment, me too. Right now, hit the comment and say, me too. I can't take it. I'm forever trying to get up out of them. Don't send me no group text message. So, let's say it. Say this with me. I'm still whole, even when I'm moody. Say it again with me. I'm still whole, even when I'm moody. Okay, sisters. We made it through the fog, an emotional earthquake. Just want to give a little break and just say this month coming up, June, we are going to release a newsletter in the month of June. So I would like for you to definitely subscribe. And when we release the newsletter in the next week, please go and check out our newsletter so you can see what's happening for the month of June. If you haven't hit the subscribe button for Beautiful Onions, please do. And thank you for listening to me today. We're going to move on into the next section, which has to do with irritation. Oh my goodness, this is a good one. Irritating. I'd be so irritated. And let me tell you, if one more person smite their gum, breathe too hard, or tell me to calm down, I'm going to need some bail money, okay? Literally. Somebody going to need to come and get me out of jail. I always let my bestie know where the bail money's at because, sometimes the husband might not feel like coming so quickly, but always the girlfriends will come get you, the besties. So please let them know. But it's not even the folks are doing anything wrong. It's everything suddenly sounds so loud to me, so noisy, just too much. And, of course, I got a story here. I have some grandkids. They came over last week. Oh, my goodness. These boys are totally different than girls. My girls, I can sit them down and they stay right there, play all day with their dolls, playhouse, this, that, and other. They didn't do all that running around, jumping. The grandson run into the house, jump on top of the sofa, on top, just flipping all off the sofa onto the floor. I'm looking at them like they crazy. Okay? Noise. And then I did it to myself, I went and bought them some toys, some drums, the little thing that they go ding, ding, ding. I don't know what it's called now, but I bought them all these toys that make noise because I was going to send them on over to their mama house, and their mama told me no. Oh, my goodness, let me tell you. They came over and they started, and the dog was running loose in the house, and he was happy and just barking everywhere. They aggravated me to my bone. I was just frazzled. I told them and screaming at them and told them if they did not sit they behind down, I was going to whoop their tail. And they needed to go take a nap. Either they take a nap or I take a nap. Somebody was taking a nap. Period. Okay. Short fuse there. Irritation. My noise level. Here we go. This again. Research says when estrogen, she also oversees our nervous system. She's like the inner traffic cop now. She waves along the traffic as it goes by, but then she goes back on vacation. She clocks out. When she clock out, the highway goes crazy. Everybody just run into each other. Everything is an emergency, and I'm at wit's end. Also, when you have low estrogen and then have high cortisone, right, the stress level is high, and then have less serotonin, which is the mood swings, the mood balance, like you ain't happy no more, and then the brain get overstimulated by everything that's going around. The noise seemed even much louder. I'm so annoyed. Yes. Small tasks feel like I'm climbing a mountain backwards. Okay? My nerves don't wait. They just pop off. Not doing what my doctor says. Never. The therapist. No. I just pop it on off, and we act, and then we think about it, and then we like, dang, we should have did that different. But that's okay. Media, people in the media says, I need to complete silence in the morning while I drink coffee. My husband asked me a question. I walked away. Know the feeling. My dog barked and I started crying. I can't stand group text. Everybody don't like group text. Oh, it's just too much talking. And I told my kids to eat quietly. And they were eating soup. But you know, they can slurp. I understand that too. Me too. The worst part is half the time they're not doing anything wrong. It's me. It's happening to me. And then when I pop off, I start feeling guilty. I feel bad. And I wonder, am I a bad person? Nope. I do not care. I'm part of that club. Yes. And I just move on. Cause we just are mixed out. And our nervous system is fried. But your soul is still good. So say this with me. I don't have to be okay with everything all the time. But I'm allowed to protect my peace. Let's say that again. I don't have to be good with everything all the time, but I am allowed to protect my peace. Yes, I am. So I encourage you to either write in your journal or ask yourself, so what would I need to feel good or be calm again? Is it me take a minute alone, a walk, a nap, a snack, a hug? Give yourself that. You're not mean. You're not broken. You're just full. And you're allowed to unplug and rest. Okay? Let's hug ourselves today. Yes, thank you. So, we're going to move right on in to 3. But I do have advertisement announcement. Hey, beautiful onions. I'm just starting to bubble up about some stuff that's happening real soon. We're getting ready to roll out a community. And I want you to share, vent, laugh, and cry with us as we move through this next layer. And with this community, we need your intake on what you would like to have in this community. So in the early weeks of June, we will be putting out a survey. I need for you to go and take the survey. We will have a link on our upcoming episodes that you can go take that survey. And also, again, we have a newsletter coming out in June. It will come out in the next week, and I need for you to go sign up for the newsletter. Also, if you like what I've said today, please hit the subscribe button, share with a friend, and comment, because the comments are always good. And like I just said, you can say naps. This last one, we need naps to get our mind back right. All right, section 3. Girl, I can't multitask in the scatterbrain. Yes, I got that. This one here is dear to my heart. You ever notice before everything you can do all things, cook, clean, homework, everything. You can plan a whole vacation 10 years and plan out everything before lunch. Now, don't even interrupt me while I'm texting, because once I stop and have to listen to you, I got to start the text all over again. Okay? So, multitasking, can't do. I can't do but one thing at a time. But menopause caused this. So, again, I had the grandkids over because they're always over. I love them to death. And I was trying to do several things. Play with them, fix them a snack, wash a load of clothes, doing 3 or 4 things. And then all of a sudden, the dog ran out the front door of the house because the screen door was open. And I didn't see Ison. I only seen Isaiah because he ran into the kitchen where I was to get his snack. And so when I walked out, I didn't see Ison. And I ran out the front door because I seen the front door open and the dog was out in the front yard running around like a crazy fool. So then I said, me and Isaiah ran outside looking for Ison all around the house. And then all of a sudden, we said, oh, let's go back in the house. Maybe he's still in there. And we walked back in. He is sitting down in the family room on the floor playing with some box cars. I spent 2 or 3 minutes, me and Isaiah running around the yard screaming for Ison. So I was just at wit's end. Called the parent, said, hey, you need to come get your child. I can't take this because I do not want this child something to happen to him on my watch. That's another whole story of anxiety when something happened to a grandchild. Can't do it. Science. This science here, it says our brain go through a neural efficiency shift in menopause. We stop bouncing around and start craving only single focus. I can only do one thing at a time. And estrogen says you're going to either do this or you're going to do that, but you won't be doing both. So I just stop and just say, hey, I'm only going to be doing one thing. And when I'm keeping kids, we just going to be keeping kids, not doing all these different things with them. Social media says, if I pause while talking, someone asks me a question, I got to stop and start over again. Or ask myself, what did I just say? Don't talk to me while I'm typing text message. That's another one. I can't do it. I can't text and talk at the same time. I only do one tab at a time. I do not open more than one tab on the computer no more. Can't do that either. And cooking, this one here I had to learn several times the hard way. I have burned up so much food. Peas, beans, spaghetti. When I cook, I'm cooking. When I'm working, I'm working. I'm not cooking and working. And the husband bought me a big crock pot. So we start having a whole lot of crock pot meals in one pot. That's my go-to now. So, sis, what I'm saying, focus isn't broken. It's just redefining itself. It is slowing down, and actually you're probably leveling up because as we slow down, we're getting better at focusing on what really matters. Okay? You see, I had a moment there. I had to think about where I was going. So the next thing is our Bible scripture. Couldn't get that out for nothing either. It comes from Luke 10:41 and 42. You are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is important. Only one thing is important. That verse hits differently now, don't it? Maybe menopause is God's way of saying, let's stop trying to be everything and focus on what really matters. How about that? So let's move on and think about this. Say this with me. I'm not less productive. I'm just more present. I am not less productive. I am more present now. Even with my scatterbrain, it doesn't even matter. Okay? Also, the scatterbrain made me, I got a story here again. You know I have some stories. Just this last week too. Because every day is always a story for content for me. I told my husband as he left the house that I was going to clean the den. I maybe got 3x3 section clean before I found myself in the kitchen. Found myself in the laundry room first, throwing some clothes in the basket, in the washing machine. And then next, I found myself in the kitchen because I was going to get me a snack to eat while I come back and sit down and try to clean up the den. I reached up on the top shelf, couldn't get where the bowl I wanted, so I had to get on the step stool. You know, I'm a little short, but that's okay. So as I got up there to get the bowl, I was like, look, I'm gonna move these bowls down, so I have to get on the step stool so much. So then I found myself taking all the bowls off that second level, bringing them down to the counter so I can move the bowls on the first level up. Okay. Husband came in for lunch 4 hours later. The house was in chaotic. It was worse than it was when he left. I just threw my hands up and just went to my room. So, did not complete nothing. Just made it worse. So, with the scatterbrain, it's like my brain is on a tour around my house and with no return. I'm just moving around, hit a spot, move to another spot. Like I'm just floating everywhere, like a cat chasing a pointer. Like, okay, that's how I feel. So next, science says, let's just talk about some science, that menopause is it's the executive function. It's that estrogen again. She takes care of organizing, planning, all the tasks. And guess what? When she decides to sit down and go on vacation or move away, it's like, okay, Houston, I'm ready to take off. Is everything clear? And I'm like, no, this plane is just circling. I don't understand what's going on. It ain't clear over here. Okay, it ain't clear at all over here. I'm just waving at the plane and saying, I don't know what's happening. So that's science. Studies show that it impacts our working memory, that it task switches. It doesn't care that you have a to-do list. It doesn't care if you're talking to someone. It's not because you're lazy. It's because your brain is literally shifting. Social media says, I made a to-do list and then I lost it. Everybody can recognize that one. You made a to-do list and then you lost a to-do list. Okay. Yes. How about this one? We plan a meeting to meet with some people and forget you had a meeting and forgot the meeting altogether that you planned. Okay. Yeah. People calling you and say, hey, I thought we were supposed to have a meeting. Oh man, I forgot all about that. Yes, that's where we at with this. Or you start organizing a closet and one said she ended up baking some banana nut bread, put the remote in the fridge, but still can't find the butter. I like this one. I just clean in circles now. I just move around to all the unfinished mess. So I just rotate around in a circle. Yeah, I like that one. That's how it's going on over here. So sis, yes, sisters. Please hear me. We're not broken. We're not behind. We are relearning how to move through our day. This isn't failure. It's changing. We're just changing. So if you find yourself washing one dish, wiping one counter, then take a 10-minute break, walking around the house, trying to figure out what you went somewhere for because it was a thought in your brain. Then you find yourself in the laundry room, possibly folding only 2 shirts. Welcome. Beauty for Onion is where you should be, right here with us. You're in the right place. This is Menopause Olympics, and you're winning in your lane. You're winning. Yes. It doesn't matter that you complete a task. It's about learning yourself that you're changing and accepting it. So the faith scripture for this is Ecclesiastes. I had to get that out, boy. This brain sometimes in words. Whew. 3:1. We've been over this one before. This might not be the right time for everything, and everything on earth will happen in its right time. Even when our mind feels scrambled like some eggs, God's timing is perfect. He's not rushing us. He's walking beside us, and we need to learn to relearn ourselves and move with him in this season. What if we gave ourselves the same grace we give others? So, say this with me. I'm not failing. I'm rerouting. One more time, ladies. I'm not failing. I am rerouting. All right. We have just completed 2 of our layers today, and we're moving right along. And if you have any comments, just put them in the comment section. We're moving on to our next layer, and our next layer is gonna be layer. See, I already forgot what layer I was on. The next layer is layer 3. Layer 4. Sorry, layer 4, because we have 2 layers left. And layer 4 is about shame, therapy, going to therapy and don't want to talk about it out loud. This is a good one for me because I felt the same way. I did this many years with my daughter until I had my emotional breakdowns, and now I don't have a problem. And once I went through breast cancer, I got a therapist then, and I see her every week, and we laugh and talk. Tomorrow is my day on the couch with her. So with this one here, this one is for the secrets, the silent stuff that goes on and saying I'm fine, and when you're really not fine. The moment when menopause feel more like grief than growth. Okay? Nobody tells us about how you feel embarrassed when you keep forgetting things, or you ashamed to say I can't remember, or quick to push away that you're depressed or in depression. We don't always talk about this enough. The lonely part maybe is also moments in your life that you don't even want to tell some of your friends. And that's possibly who you can talk to and enjoy. Say, hey, something's wrong with me. Let me talk to you. Because sometimes they might just be some people that can really help you through, just help you listen. So therapy comes in all different ways. So it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody on the sofa. It doesn't have to always be somebody that you gotta physically talk to someone. It can be, it doesn't have to be emotionally. It can be physical. Like I enjoy gardening, drawing, different things. So that's therapy for me. So we'll talk about some of that next week when I take on therapy for the whole show and give you some pointers on what has helped me out in that therapy arena. But of course, I got a story. My daughter's Andrea. She's always enjoyed therapy. She has a degree in psychology, loved it in high school, went to college, got a degree there, getting her master's in the second level of social worker, and she got certifications in that area and everything. So back in the day when she was first in college, her therapist always used to call me. Her and her therapist called me and talked to me about what's going on with her and some tools that he was teaching her and everything. And I used to say, I don't believe in therapists. I don't. I just think God can take care of it for me. And until I had breast cancer, and I was grieving very hard about my loss. I realized I needed a therapist to talk to me and get me over that point in my life. So I got a therapist then. Only recently I got a psychiatrist because they couldn't balance my meds after the cancer medicine I was taking and all of the other issues that was going on that threw me into menopause. So I do sit on the sofa with a doctor, but I don't want to get deep into that because I got that whole story next week. But also with this, I just want to let you know, estrogen again is the culprit here. Mood disorder, the mood disorders like anxiety and depression spikes during menopause. Not because we're weak, no, because of a hormone shift. It is a chemical imbalance in our brains that change, and it's real. So what I'm here to say is we're going to get into that next week. I don't want to talk about it too much, but sometimes but what women are saying in the social media is sometimes I go quiet for days because I don't know what to say. I hide in the bathroom and cry. I don't want my family to worry about me. I miss the old me and scared she's not coming back. She's not. Aunt Timena says she's not coming back. So we need to embrace the new us. So sisters, here we go. We're moving right along because we need to get on to the bonus sheet that I have for you. And so if you stay to the end, we'll go over the bonus sheet and what you need to ask your doctor and talk to them about. But sister, it's not weak, but it's the truth. This is where the healing begins. We got to recognize that we need help. It's just like AA. You got to say, is something wrong with me, and seek help. The Lord is close. So our scripture for the day, our faith scripture for the day. See how I forgot? The faith scripture for the day is the Lord is close to those who have suffered disappointment. He saved those who are discouraged. He is close, sister. He is close. He's closer than we think. So closer than the shame. He's closer than the fear. You don't have to say it out loud. Moving right along, the last section, the comeback mindset. We're done talking about fog, fire, scatterbrain, rage, all of that, grief. And now this is where we're going to embrace ourselves, because menopause doesn't come to an end for us. It's just a change. It's just a shift that we need to embrace. This isn't a breakdown. It is a breakthrough. My comeback mindset is Beautiful Onions podcast. This is where God sent me my purpose, and I'm embracing the season that I'm in. I enjoy speaking to you and educating you on what I've been through and what I learn daily on my research. It's also research out there that is called the SWAN research that was done in the early 90s. And it had already said that Black women have harder menopause symptoms than any other race. It also is hard on your body, mentally and emotionally. We also carry so much stigma in our race in doing things. and parenting kids and in our families. It's a lot on us. And we know this. We have menopause for a longer period of time than any other race. The black African women have it longer. We start early, it's harder on us, and it lasts longer. And they have had this research over 20 years now. It's out there. So postmenopause, science say postmenopause often gain sharp decision-making skills, strong confidence, and more clarity on what they want. Why? Because our body has been through so much stress and trying to survive. Now it focuses on living. Your brain might take a dip for a while, but your soul is leveling up. So the wisdom in menopause is, what women are saying is, I thought menopause was the end, but it turns out it is the beginning, a new me. My mouth got louder, my patience got shorter, and my standards got higher. Now I say that, I don't shrink, I don't be apologizing for being tired. Another one says, this is the most powerful ever I felt, and I forgot half of everything, still thriving. I found peace in the pause. I didn't see it as first, but I found me. I like that one. It says, I found peace in the pause. I didn't see it first. I did not see it at first, but it found me. I love that. That hits my soul. And now you're not less. You're becoming more honest with yourself, more whole with yourself. This isn't the chapter where we fade. It's where we shine the brightest at, It's where something forgetful, what we walked into the room, doesn't matter. That doesn't matter anymore if we forgot what we walked into the room for. But my faith scripture says, 2 Corinthians 4:16, this is why we never give up. Our physical body is becoming older and weaker, but our spirit inside of us made new every day. Ooh, our body may be going through changes, but baby, our spirit is on fire. This comeback mindset that we have now is about choosing joy anyway. Choosing softness when the world wants squares or edges, hard edges. Or choosing to laugh when you forgot something. Or choosing to cry when you need to. Yes, and choosing to keep blossoming when the petals feel like they're withering down. Yes, I love that. We're going to blossom. That's where beautiful onions coming in. We taking off these layers. So I have a call to action for you. Sis, what is one thing you want to reclaim in this season? Your voice, your peace, your freedom. Speak it, write it, claim it. Say this with me. My comeback has already begun. And honestly, we said a lot. We laughed, we cried, we told the truth, and we peeled back the layers. And guess what? We still ain't done. We're going to move into our bonus layer because you stayed to the end. And I will, so go get you a glass of water and come on back because I want to go over with you the hormone levels and what they mean in menopause so you can talk with your doctor and ask the right questions. Thank you and have a nice day. Hi, beautiful onions. Welcome back. Okay, we're doing the last part. If you stayed to the end, Thank you. Thank you. I have a bonus sheet for you, and this bonus sheet is very, very educational to you in understanding your blood work, because I didn't understand my blood work until I've had four breakdowns, and then I figured out I better figure out what's going on with me. So if you download the blood worksheet that is attached to this in the comment section, you can download it, or you can go to my website at beautifulonions.com and get this sheet for free. This is the bonus sheet. It's understanding your hormone levels, what is normal and what's not. So on this sheet, we're going to go through several, probably about, I think, 5 to 7 types of hormones, or types of things that we need to know about our hormones. So when we ask for the blood work, we need to make sure we asking for these specific things and understand how they work and what is causing us in our body, so we can know what's happening in our own body. So let's start with dealing with your different levels of perimenopause women. The normal function, your normal range, normally when we live in our 20s and 30s into possibly late 30s, 40s, and 50s, it's between 30 and 400 milliliters. So then if it drops below 30, that means we are in the post side. So anything when it starts to drop low, that's when we get the dryness, the brain fog, all of that. And that's when we're in menopause and we move into postmenopause. So only thing you need to know is where those levels at. If it's 30 and 400, you're good. Anytime it start getting lower and lower and drops below 30, that's when you in menopause or postmenopause. So like in your 50s or below, so it gets worse. But then when you get in the 30s, that means you're in postmenopause. So the next layer or the next blood work you need to have is called our follic stimulant hormones. It is the FSH. This is the menopause maker. The what this one does is, if it's this number high, this means that your menopause is in the building stage. It is you, so that means it's in your building. That means it's in your body. If this number is high, that means that you have menopause. You in that area. So what it does is it stimulates ovaries to produce estrogen. At this point, it ain't no estrogen being stimulated, because we go into the estrogen drip when we move into perimenopause and menopause. High levels of ovaries not responding. So it's nothing there. So when we're in premenopause, this is between 4.7 and 2.1. So that's when we living in our 20s and 30s. And then when we start, it rises between 20 and 30, then that means we in perimenopause, because it's rising up. This is where the ovaries are now slowing down. And then anything levels exceed 30, that means we're in postmenopause and everything is going on wrong. So what women feel when this is high, when that number is high in FSH, it is symptoms that that's menopause related. It's all those symptoms that come with menopause. The next one is progesterone. This is the common hormone. She helps with your sleep, stay calm. When she's gone, you're on edge and anxiety. It calms the brain. It helps you sleep. It balances your estrogen. It stabilizes your mood. Normal for this one is between 5 and 20 milliliters. This one is, this highest point is when you are going through having ovaries every month, your periods and everything. So that's the highest when it is very high. So as you move into perimenopause and menopause, it keeps declining. So then if it declines, anything below 5 and moving down, that means you moving into menopause. So you want, if this number is low, then that means you ain't doing well. You're not sleeping good. Your mood swings are terrible, and you shouldn't have a period by this time. So that's what happened with the progesterone. Next is the progesterone is the quiet power player. That's what they call. Yes, women need this too, even though it helps us with focus, it helps us with energy, and it motivates us. It boosts our energy, libido. It supports muscle mass and mood. Normal is 15 to 70. And that is when we are in the ovulation period of our life. So with this, a small amount goes a long way. So, but when we get into perimenopause, levels decline, which change our energy levels. That's why we're tired. We have terrible mood swings. This is not often tested, so you have to make sure they test you for this one. So in postmenopause, sorry about that. The low T, fatigue, sex drive is low, mental dullness, all of that. And what you feel is the dryness of your skin, your eyes, your body, brain fog, blah. That's it. You just don't feel no motivation. Then we're going to move into 5, which is the thyroid stimulant hormone, which is also called the TSH, free T3 and free T4. This is called the great imitator. With this one, it sometimes imitate menopause, but it's your thyroid. So you need to ask for this. This is not always, because you can have a thyroid issue and you need to ask for this. So it causes fatigue, brain fog, mood swings too. It could be something wrong with your thyroid. So when we get into this age, please ask for that, because this also controls your how you feel. And it mimics, like I said, it mimics menopause. I have the different levels there on each one of them. The TSH is 0.4 to 4. The free T3 is 2.3 to 4.2. And the free T4 is 0.8 to 1.8. If these are not in that range, then as you see what it means for each one, inactive thyroid, active thyroid hormone, or storage form, convert to T3. So what you feel like here is the same thing: low energy, weight gain, depression, sensitive to cold, brain fog, dryness. Same type of things that play out in menopause. And then you need to check on your vitamins and nutrition, especially the brain and bone boost types of things. So when you do that, you should have a range on these to like 0.4 to 4. So you might need to get more nutrition in your body and everything. So also vitamin D, B12, we need those. Deficient in this here makes our bones weak. And low D3, mood swings, and our immune system becomes compromised. So it tells you your normal levels is 30 to 100. Ideal level is 30 to 100. But if it's low, you're going to have fatigue, that bone ache. Oh my goodness. Mood dips back and forth. Yes. Low vitamin D and B12. Also, if you have that low B12, you also have that fatigue and cognitive dysfunction. So that helps with the memory and the mood. So normal levels is between 200 and 900. Ideal is over 5. And anything less than that, tingling in the hands and feet, yes. Memory less, fatigue, all of that. Also, another one that we need to watch is also that magnesium. Magnesium, this can keep you calm and help you sleep. So if you have low magnesium, that's also a vitamin that you need to make sure you have enough. And then cortisone. This is the one that if it can make you feel tired too. If your stress levels are high through the roof, you need to check your cortisone. Your body could be in survival mode. Request a stress test. Impacts your sleep and anxiety. Belly fat. You know, we all get that belly fat around our stomachs when we get older. This could be something that you need to check. In the morning at 8 a.m., normal ranges are between 6 and 23. It should be as high as in the morning. But in the evening, it should be between 3 and 10. This is where it should be lowest at night. If this is high, when it's high and low, you're tired, you're wired out, insomnia, you can't sleep. That's why we wake up so many times during the night. Mood swings, sugar craving, anxiety. Yes, check, check, and check. So here's what I want to say to you. When you go to the doctor, make sure you ask for all these tests to be ran in your blood. Estrogen, progesterone, FSH, testosterone, your TSH, and vitamins and all of those. Ask them for this because they need to be in those levels so then you can understand how you feeling and match that up. Ask also, can we look at these together and go through them slowly? It's not normal because even though you might say I feel good, I don't feel good. So we need to talk about this. Also, you can ask these questions to your health provider. Can we perform a comprehensive hormone panel to assess me with my current levels? How do my hormone levels correlate with my symptoms I'm experiencing? Or the lifestyle change or treatment can help me balance my hormones, because everybody don't want to be on medicine, this, that, and oh. What can I do to change this by just changing things in my lifestyle? That's what we want to do. Should we how should we monitor these levels over time and track them? You need to keep your blood work. I have a folder now with all my blood work that I take every 3 months. I normally take blood work 2 to 3 months, really. So I have all the blood work every time I take it now, and I go through it and highlight it. And when I go to see them, I grab that folder and walk out the door with it to them so I can talk with them. And what people are saying in social media, these are what women are saying. Many women express confusion and frustration about interpretation of their blood work. That's why I'm going over this today, because I know I didn't understand it. I got my results, but had no idea what they mean. And I still feel bad because I don't understand. They just say you're fine. No. My doctor said everything's normal, but I don't feel normal. Okay, I wish someone would have explained this to me in plain English. Yes, this is what this bonus sheet is for you in plain English. Take this sheet with you when you go see your doctor. I got this research from the Mayo Clinic Laboratory. I got it from LabCorp and Quest Diagnostics. This is what they had put out for how to educate you on your blood work. So if you want to go back and do some research, please go to those websites and pull it up. Okay. Thank you for staying to the end. I hope this bonus sheet will help you with understanding. If not, leave a comment. And if you want me to give you more detail or anything, just please let me know. This is your girl, Andrea. Please subscribe and share with a friend. Always leave a comment so we can have open communication, because it's me too. And let me know if you need what you want to talk about. Is there anything else you would like for hear me talk about? So until then, keep peeling, keep healing, and remember, you're not losing your mind. You're just getting it back with boundaries. See you next week when we peel back the layer of seeking help, finding a therapist, building a support system in your actual inner circle, and also because you don't have to do it alone. I'm here. See you later.